Now we're going to copy some stuff from the static project. So I'll just put this over here. I still have a terminal window open in the static folder, static note herder. So I'm going to open a separate Visual Studio Code window there, just to look at this thing. So we have signin.html, notes.html, and style CSS. And a media folder with some images, and a favicons folder with some stuff. So these are, the little icons that you would see up here, or depending on your platform, what you would save to the home screen on Android or iOS, what you would save as a tile on Windows 8 or some nonsense. So we're going to copy these over. So go ahead and right-click on that favicons folder and say Reveal in Finder or Reveal in Explorer, as the case may be. I'm going to keep that on the left side of my screen so I can keep it straight. Because now, in my other code window, where real note herder, the React version, is, I'm going to open up the public folder using the same method. Right-click on public, say Reveal in Finder or Reveal in Explorer, and open it over here. So on the left, you should have a bunch of these favicon files. On the right, you should have favicon, index.html, and manifest.json. So what I'm going to do is copy the contents of the static version over to the public folder on the React version. I'm holding down Alt to copy instead of move. And when I let go, it's going to ask about replacing because 2 of the files are already there. Go ahead and replace them. That's the whole point. Now we also want the images. So there's a media folder on the left. I want to take the contents of that and put it in the source directory where all our JavaScript is. So just copy those 4 images, 2 pings and 2 SVGs. Copy them over to the source folder in the React version of Note Herder. And that's that for copying these things. But go ahead and leave the source open for the static version because we're not done with it yet. We need to update index.html to point to these new favicons. And I don't know if I've pointed it out yet, but Visual Studio Code, like Atom and Sublime Text and a bunch of other editors, has a fuzzy find feature where you can type any part of a file name and find it quickly. And it's a lot faster than trying to hunt through the source tree, especially as we get multiple folders and lots of files. So if I want to find index.html, it's actually the only HTML file in the React version. So I'm going to hit Command P or Control P and just type HTML, and there it is, index.html. Much faster than trying to hunt it down. Mm-hmm. If you look at either of the HTML files in the static version, we'll go to notes.html, why not? There are a lot more lines about favicons than there are on the right. So over in the React version, we have this theme color here, which is black. I'm going to change that to all Fs, E4, 5, 6, which is white, because that's what it is over here. And I have manifest and shortcut icon, favicon.ico. That's fine. That's in the same place. We just replaced the files. But then over here, besides those 2 lines, we have 4 more. So these 4 links, Apple Touch icon, icon, mask icon, I'm going to copy all 4 of those lines from the static version over to the React version and read the comment underneath. Notice the use of %sign public URL in the tags above. It will be replaced with the URL of the public folder during the build. In other words, no matter where this is hosted, if it's hosted at the server root or if it's hosted in a subfolder or something, this %public URL thing will always be translated to the correct directory. The point being, well, we don't have this favicon subdirectory in the React version, so I'm just going to replace that with public URL. So replace favicons on these 4 lines. None of this is terribly important, but it's nice to have a favicon. Now, Chrome really, really likes caching favicons. But if we ask super nicely, there we go. I did a shift refresh, and it updated. Now I've got my cool little quill. Yay, we replaced the favicon. Life is grand. And we added all those images. You should see them in the React version. You should see them in the source directory now. New hover.ping, new.ping, quill SVG, Google SVG. Cool. Let's go ahead and commit this. Add favicons and images.